everyone and welcome to another episode of Rift News, the show that serves you everything new around League of Legends if something interesting actually happens. And because throughout the last 2 weeks a lot has happened, we will have to dive right into it. Last Monday, Riot released an episodic story called Confessions of a Broken Blade. This story is focused on Yasuo and Riven, and it reveals what happened to them before and after the Noxian invasion. All 3 chapters of this story are now live on our channel. There are also 2 bonus comic pages based on their bios on Universe. Later that day, Riot also released a new dev update on Nexus and Riot Pls on YouTube. The post on Nexus, written by Riot Magic, is focused on the future of Ranked. The post began with explaining some of their older decisions with the current Ranked system. And remember that the current system has now been live for 5 years. It was first implemented in 2013. So far the system worked pretty well, but it still has some flaws. And some of these flaws are being fixed in 2019. It is awesome that the system measures your skill levels and gives you milestones and meaningful goals. The problem is that if you're playing multiple roles, the system will give you hard games because it can't differentiate between your skill in different positions. Another flaw is that milestones don't work the way Riot hoped they would, especially in Bronze, Silver and Diamond. In the current system, it is possible to improve your MMR and get harder matches without ranking up, so that will change in the future. I will give you more details on how Riot approaches these changes, but keep in mind that everything is work in progress and it can all change. So here are 4 things that Riot thought their ranked system should do. It should give you clear feedback after each placement game. It should surface a diverse set of challenges throughout the season. It should provide regular milestones and meaningful goals regardless of skill level. And it should reward deep and ongoing investment. Let's start with the second point. Riot will try to fix the issue of the first 10 ranked games giving you no information at all. You play through your games thinking that you did amazingly well, and you end up in Silver 4. We have all been there. So instead, next year Riot will give you a provisional rank after your first game that is only visible to you. That will be your lowest point. So even if you lose all the rest of your games, you will not drop below this rank. And on top of that, your LP gain will be accelerated throughout the placement matches. So if you do really well, you'll be placed much higher instead. This should fix the issue of people unintentionally overestimating their ranks. The next issue Riot wants to tackle is diversifying challenges, and this one might have caused some outrage on the internet. So far, the system fails to recognize your skill levels when you swap your positions. For example, if you're one-trick pony top lane Tahm Kench, you destroy everyone. But the moment you are auto-filled as support, and let's be honest, you are terrible support, the system still treats you as a god. This will be fixed next year, because Riot is going to enhance solo duo ranked with positional matchmaking. This new system will find you opponents based on the rankings you achieve in the role you're playing. So far it seems like Riot knows what they are doing, as they gave us very detailed wall of text explaining their goals. They know that this will make ranked games as fair as possible, and they are even considering giving you bonuses for winning as a secondary position. These bonuses would then apply to your next primary position game. Think of it like gaining multipliers every time you win as a role you don't main. They know that people want to keep the competitive aspect of League the same, so let's see how well they can execute this. Then let's have a look at milestones and rewards. Some of you may have noticed that some ranks have very wide skill gaps while others don't. For example, the difference between Diamond 5 and Diamond 1 is as big as the difference between Bronze 3 and Silver 1. That is nearly as if you skipped 2 tiers. While on the other side, you can burst from Gold 5 to Platinum 3 in just a few days. Trust me, because I have done it myself. The skill differences there aren't nearly as big. Riot can fix this through multiple ways. They could just reshuffle the players and set up the ranks in equal distances according to the current ratings, but currently they are looking into adding 2 new tiers instead. This would be the better choice, because reshuffling players might drop someone from Gold to Silver and raise someone else from Platinum to Diamond. One of these 2 new tiers might be dropped between Bronze and Silver, and the other one somewhere between the Diamond players to separate them. Now on to rewards. Because there is a big issue with decaying and players not playing ranked for the entire year, Riot will be dividing the year into 3 splits, each with its own rewards, and with the same big reward at the end of the year. This is a good change because I myself too only play ranked at the end of the season, because I know that I would not play for a while and I would drop lower in ranks. This way I have more opportunities to play for rewards. And when it comes to the actual rewards, Riot is looking into having your borders updated based on your current rank. This is a much better way to motivate players into playing ranked, since they can see the rewards immediately after their success. But other than borders, they are looking into rewards for participating in multiple splits, and even rewards that would reflect your skill in-game. In the Riot Pls update released on YouTube, we get more information about the ranked system and the state of the game. It seems that Riot is happy with their current patch cycles, and with their updated runes, the vast majority of champions should now have meaningful choices to make. Riot is also addressing the fact that League has turned into too much of a team game. Usually you don't win your games because you are good, but because one of the enemies is bad. That's why Riot wants to give players more carry potential. And over the following weeks, they will try to increase the skill gap rewards once again. Joe later mentioned that Riot is reworking the way the game presents itself to new players. So we can expect new tutorials that focus on the key parts of League of Legends. This also means that we should say goodbye to Thornmail on Ashe. Another amazing change for new players is that Riot is adding in an auto-buy option. So while you are learning the game or a champion, the game will automatically buy items for you. Of course, it is optional. Joe also mentioned that the worldwide release of Clash is also getting near. If you don't know, Clash is a tournament-style game mode that simulates the feel of being a pro player. So far, the feedback was very positive, but I still wonder how Riot will deal with its rewards. The last thing mentioned here is that League of Legends installation size will be reduced, and Riot will use a new patcher to optimize connections. Over the following year, they will also deal with Wi-Fi connections and they will turn higher pings into less of a problem. Of course, this is a big change, so it may take time to implement it correctly. Now let's have a look at all the things that popped up on PBE and the things that are going live. Since MSI is here, we can expect all of its content. There was a trailer with a mysterious character that could be a teaser for the new champion. Conqueror Varus and the Conqueror Ward are now live in a bundle. This will also grant you the Conqueror border and icon. There are also new missions that will reward blue essence, hextech chests and keys. And the new MSI emote if you completed all of them. Completing these missions with MSI icons will also grant your region points, so there will be a big region battle as well. Of course, just like we mentioned last time, there are new team icons, emotes, banners and a new Baron skin too. But more importantly, the MSI capsules are now live as well. We'll do a video on them later, but so far they seem to be just normal capsules with a guaranteed esports skin shard. But outside of the MSI event, Riot dropped a lot of new skins on PBE. First of all, Blood Moon Evelynn is now leaving PBE and will be released sometime during patch 8.9. But a big surprise hit us when we also got the information that a new skin for Teemo will also go live during the same patch. It seems like Beemo is a skin that might skip PBE for the most part, and it might be released in just a few days. Riot might be trying to see if they can start releasing surprise skins again. And it seems like they are confident enough to give him 6 chroma skins as well. But besides the Beemo skin, Riot also dropped a teaser on Twitter for 3 new Pulsefire skins. Twisted Fate, Riven and Shen. All 3 of these are absolutely amazing, and seeing how popular Pulsefire is, I can see them as an immediate success. If you're a fan of esports or just tech and behind the scenes in general, Riot started releasing behind the stream episodes on the LoL Esports YouTube. In these videos you can see how they run the entire production. And for the last thing in this video, I will show you a short little post called Clive Warren's blog, The Champion Duo Awards. In this post we get the stats for champions' best and worst synergies. If you're not sure what that means, a synergy is when you take one element and combine it with a different element and you get something far greater than those two would have been separately. It can also be explained as 1 + 1 = 4. For example, If you take Twitch's poison on level 1 and you take Cassiopeia's E with him, Cassiopeia's E will reset off of his poison so she can burst down anyone at level 1. They would have never been able to do this separately. So now let's have a look at the statistics taken from the patch 8.5 only, and for champion combinations that played at least 2000 games. Currently the best synergy in the game have Xayah and Rakan. This isn't a surprise since they were designed that way, but it is important to mention that Malphite and Yasuo are second, for obvious reasons, and Twitch and Kayle are third, for some reason, at least with Twitch being jungle and Kayle top. On the other side, the worst synergy ever have Brand and Elise. Here Riot said that this mostly has to do with the combined damage. If you get double AP or double AD, the enemy can just counter you with resistances. The second place goes to Rakan and Caitlyn, because Rakan just loses a lot of the benefits without Xayah, and the third place goes to Gangplank and Tryndamere. Again, double AD heavy damage duo, nothing a Thornmail on Ashe couldn't fix. The other statistics are mostly just funny goofs. For example, the most popular skin synergy combo is High Noon Yasuo and Bandito Fiddlesticks. Amumu's best friendship synergy goes to Tryndamere. The best Yordle synergy goes to Poppy and Corki. And the award for the best synergy between enemies goes to Yasuo and Riven. You can also see the synergies by yourselves at the bottom of the page, so you can check out your favorite combos there. But that's it for this episode of Rift News. I tried to have some days off after the confession stories, but I found myself working again. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to rate it and subscribe for more lore and news. Our social media, Twitch and P.O.Box will be in the description. Of course, massive shout out to our patrons for going the extra mile, especially Lunar Borger and Saul Gomez. You guys are awesome. And with that, thank you all so much for being here and for your support, you know I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you, come again.